Are your colors bleeding out of control? Let's fix that. It's time to master wet on dry technique. In this video, I'll show you how to get sharper edges, better definition, and still keep that watercolor feel. Stick around. One small tip can change your painting completely. Let us understand wet on dry technique using watercolors. I am using 300 GSM sheet, a round brush of size 6, phthalo blue and turquoise green colors from Thoovi. Wet on dry technique is applying wet paint onto dry sheet or onto a layer of paint that has already dried. The key highlights of this technique is first edges, second control, third detail textures and shadows, fourth is vibrancy. How to master it? If you are layering, the previous wash must be bone dry. Even though the paper is dry, your brush shouldn't be dripping. Try not to scrub. Lay the paint down and leave it. Overworking a wet on dry layer can lift the paint underneath and make the color look muddy. Here I have given the first layer of ocean and sky. Phthalo blue is used for sky and turquoise green for the ocean. After the first layer is completely dried, I apply second layer, giving in more depth and details to the ocean with fine brush. Since I have painted ocean and sky, let us quickly paint flower for floral lovers with same technique. For this painting, I am using red violet, permanent green, yellow green and permanent yellow deep colors. For the first layer, I am giving a light wash of red violet to the petals and combination of yellow green and permanent yellow deep to the stem. Once the layer is completely dry, I will apply second layer to give more depth to the flower petals and stem. Here I am mixing two colors, permanent green and red violet, to get much darker shade of green, just like a sap green. An important note here is, let the previous layer dry completely before applying the new layer. Also remember to keep the center of the petal blank. Since detailing is the key highlight of wet on dry technique, the fine lines of flower are done at the end. For detailing, I am using a fine line brush of size 0 to paint the vein-like lines of petal and stem. Wet on dry is where you reclaim control to define shapes, build depths, and sparkle your work. Once you have mastered this technique, your painting will no longer look khaki or muddy. What are the do's? Wait for total dryness. If the paper is even slightly damp, your sharp edges will fuzz out. Second, control your water. Use a damp brush rather than a dripping wet one for maximum precision. And what are the don'ts? Don't ever overwork the area. So wet on dry technique should have a dry paper state, wet brush state, and the result of painting will turn out as a crisp and controlled edges. A pro tip: if you aren't sure if the paper is dry, touch it with the back of your hand. If it feels cool to the touch, there is still moisture, and wait for another few minutes to start. So when to use this technique? This technique is used as a finishing phase of a painting. You'll typically use it for 1. Fine details, 2. Architectural lines, 3. Final shadows, and 4th. Glazing. Also, an important note on paper: to use cold press paper because it has texture. If using a hot press, which is smooth like printer paper, the painting will behave much more unpredictably and your painting will turn out something different. If you are a beginner, you may have difficulty with this technique because watercolor paint dries quickly, leading to harsh, unnatural looking lines. Achieving an even wash of color can be difficult. It requires balance of right amount of water and pigment, as well as steady hand and a well-timed application. Again, size of brush helps here. Use the largest brush possible in the area where you are working. By understanding and practicing this technique, you can create more vibrant, dynamic painting. Remember to be patient. Observe how your paper and paint behave and continue exploring. Control is everything. Yes, control is the key in wet on dry technique. It is the anchor of watercolor painting. Since we have explored the precision and control of the technique, I hope this guide has provided you with a comprehensive understanding of how to master your watercolor edges and layers. So follow along the exercise in this video to practice this technique and keep painting and keep exploring. Thank you so much for your time and for staying with me through the entire process. I cannot wait to see how you apply the skill to your next and new masterpiece. Waiting to see. Thank you again for watching and showing up till the end.